So my issue with this whole Ugas situation, which ties into WBA, which anyone who's familiar with the podcast, I'm not too fond of.
He get one to show.
WBA, Lomachenko. I'm getting those in every time. But I think, so Ugas gets this huge win over Pacquiao. And,
yes.
And you even mentioned, SP, that get the win, and that solidifies you as the champ.
Ugas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get this huge win over a legend. Yeah, what a win.
What a win.
And now it's like,
and they act like it didn't happen.
And then they're like, hey, by the way, no unification bout with Errol Spence. Not only does he have to fight Stanionis, but then he has to fight the winner of Jamal James and Butaev. So now you're putting him in for 2 mandatories?
Jamal.
Like that's just crazy to me.
How long? So he got to fight. Ennis is in there too?
No, Ennis is not in there yet.
I say Ennis will get my belt.
But I'm just like, I feel bad for Ugas. You have the belt, which whether you earned it, whether you didn't, who cares? It doesn't really matter in this case. But then you beat Pacquiao, so there's no question anymore.
Yeah.
You are the WBA champion.
Yeah.
And they're like, sorry, no unification fight with Errol Spence for the IBF and WBC. You got to fight a tournament.
And Carson, is it worth just saying F this belt?
I think it means a lot to him. I think it means a lot to him.
Not if you're a guy like Ugas, you need that belt.
Yeah.
To have a little power?
That's your bargaining
Because
chip.
nobody wants to... nobody wants to fight Ugas without a belt because he's a tough guy.
Kind of like my man right here.
Yeah, very true.
They got a force in the fights against you.
Yeah, he's a tough guy to match up with. But I feel bad for him. I don't know if you have overall thoughts on
because it's a tough situation, and I think a lot of people don't understand when you win the belt. If the belt is vacant, you have mandatories. If the belt is not vacant and you take the belt from someone, you either have a mandatory clause, rematch clause. If that's not put in place, they're running down the list of number 1, 2, 3, 4 in my sanctioning body, and this is who we want you to fight next. I'm not gonna get all into it. It's unfortunate, but it's a money thing, and for the WBA, it makes sense. For Ugas, it doesn't make sense. It's really kind of, in some ways, it's unfair. You should be fighting the elite guys. I'm not saying he's gonna lose his belt in his next fight, but if you're taking on someone and possibly it's a hard fight that you may lose your belt, you should be losing your belt to number 1, number 2, number 3 guy, not just in the WBA, but just across the welterweight division. You know, so he should be fighting. He should be fighting not Terrence Crawford.
Dibs.
But he should be fighting Errol Spence Jr.
Keith Thurman.
You know, he should be fighting even Keith Thurman. That's a money fight. You know what I mean?
Literally, when you were going through who it makes sense for, it only makes sense for the WBA.
And Stanionis.
Because and Stanionis and Jamal James and Butaev. Because even Errol tweeted and was like, hey, when I come back, it's not a tune-up fight. I'm fighting for belts. And then literally tweeted the head of the WBA and was like, hey, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Because that's a fight because if Errol comes back and wants a title, sorry, buddy, you're going to have to wait for this random tournament we're doing.
Well, you can fight the winner of Shawn Terrence.
Yeah, come on, get a belt. If you think you can get a belt that easy,
yeah,
it won't be easy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for
Do we
Ugas.
look scared?
I think it was nice.
But that is how Ugas got his shot with Shawn, was as a mandatory. So now the shoe's on the other foot. And it's a good fight. Stanionis is a bad boy. Right? That's going to be a good fight. That's going to be a tough, which adds to your point. Like, really sucks. Like, okay, it'd be one thing if you had Jack Catterall as your mandatory coming up, but you got to fight this guy who you could
fighter.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight.
Don't ever question.
He was supposed to fight Josh Taylor, but Josh Taylor got hurt.
Yeah, that's Josh Taylor's mandatory. No offense to Jack Catterall. Don't come get me.
Yeah.
But
pull up on him.
But the Stanionis is a little different. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, absolutely. It's a tough fight. I think Ugas wins, but not by no means a foregone conclusion.
It's a fight that even I agree he wins the fight, but that's the kind of guy that punishes you.
That's gonna be a banger too. Yeah, it's gonna be a banger.
And like you said, like Sean said, one of Sean said, he wants the money fights, man.
Right.
That's what Ugas is looking after, the money fights,
and rightfully so.
Yeah,
big fights. Like like the world doesn't know Stanionis. I know Stanionis from commentating.
Yeah,
I don't think I would know Stanionis had I not commentated a few of his fights, 2 of his fights, and I think a lot of Stanionis. But
good fighter.
If I'm being fair, if I'm being like a fight, he should not be getting in the ring with Stanionis. You know?
And
Stanionis should not be getting in the ring with Ugas. Excuse me, because there is a difference. There.
It just seems like kind of a kick in the nuts. Like Ugas, you beat Pacquiao, you beat a legend. Yeah. Nobody thought you were winning that fight.
Yeah.
We were like, no, Pacquiao's got him. You win, and then it's like, you can't this is where you capitalize on that. You go into a fight, like he said, I think it was February of next year. You and Errol Spence, 3 belts on the line. The only other one Shawn will have at that point. So it'll be good money at that point.
You're talking that talk right now.
Gotcha.
You're talking.
We're less than a month.
Talking.
But so I think it would have been perfect.
It's not on the floor yet.
That's good. That's good for everyone. Like if that fight
3
happens.
weeks left, he'll get there.
Errol Ugas, I'm gonna chip away at it. It's a process. I'm gonna break them down like Ugas to the body. But I just think that would be great for everyone.
It's really hot in here.
Oh, is it?
You know, he mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, a couple times. I think Shawn actually might go for 140.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but
Listen,
Stanionis fights a lot like Butayev, who is the main event. I tried to.
how do we feel? I think round the room, Jamal James wins.
Tough. Yeah. I think it's a tough fight for him.
Tougher than expected, maybe.
tough fight.
He's not the best at. He's got that length. He's not the best at keeping you on the outside. So instead of that, because he's had to adjust to guys get in on him, he lets his hands go a lot. And sometimes the offense is the defense. That'll have to be the case in this fight. Butayev has a big left hook.
Yeah.
I think.
And Jamal James, you guys
fight.
beat Jamal James, right?
Yes,
he did.
Yes.
So like that's another thing where you're throwing him back in there, but yeah. So
Ugas beat Jamal James.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Did you just say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
did you just
literally
just say that?
just
Yes.
Oh,
it's really hot in here, guys. I apologize.
I thought he said
It's
something. I
delirious.
thought you said something else.
No, because I'm just like, so you beat this guy, and then they're gonna say, hey, you gotta fight him again.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I don't know, man. This guy could beat Jamal James. We'll see. Because
I like Jamal James.
Me too.
I like him
Kind of
too.
underrated guy.
And that's why when I expected it, and then I broke down some tape on Butayev, Shawn commentated one of his fights, and
You might be in the building for this event, perhaps.
was Jamal James
here.
Yes, I'm there. I am
He's
there.
there.
Yes. We were so hyped about
Depends
Boots
what
Ennis,
it
we
is.
forgot Jamal was the main event.
Yeah.
What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ant. Follow me on IG, Ant with 2 T's. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
All right. Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson A. Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.